you're thinking about moving to the St. George region, and then you're thinking to yourself, maybe Santa Clara, the city of Santa Clara, or Ivins is right for me. So what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna show you what do those cities look like? What are the different neighborhoods that are in those cities? You know, are there spots in those cities that maybe you don't like? Or maybe you'll find out after watching this video that maybe Santa Clara and Ivins aren't right for you. So that's what we're gonna do right now, so stay tuned. So one thing, when you are watching this video, you might have some questions, you might get confused, you might, want to talk to somebody about, what's going on, like, is this the right place for me? So if that happens to come up, don't forget to reach out to us. I'm Courtney Dezad, this is Sean Dezad, my husband. He's a little sick right now. But we are actually licensed realtors, and we don't want to bore you with this because we know this is boring, but do reach out to us if you are thinking about moving here to the St. George region, and also don't forget to subscribe. So here we are in Santa Clara. Now Santa Clara is so cute. It's very small, but if you do get the opportunity to live here, it is so charming and so cute. It's different than a lot of St. George because when you come here, because there's the Santa Clara River, it has a lot more green than what you would really expect in St. George, because obviously everyone thinks, oh, St. George, it's a desert, and it is. But Santa Clara is a much older community, and so the greenery has been allowed to grow here. And one thing about the river is that you do have to know that they have had flooding issues in the past with the river. I know that the city has done a lot of work in terms of getting better systems in place, in terms of making sure that there is no flooding in the future, but obviously, you can never predict what's gonna happen. So you do have to know that there has been flooding here. But beyond that, Santa Clara is so cute. City Hall is right behind me. There's the Santa Clara Inn right in front of me. It's a cute little inn. Lots of people love to do weddings here, that kind of stuff. There's lots of pockets in Santa Clara that are so gorgeous. For example, there's these little pockets right by Arrowhead Elementary, and they have these homes that they kind of look like Disney castles. So gorgeous. And then you have Santa Clara Heights, which is just your typical run-of-the-mill neighborhood that you'd see anywhere in the St. George region. But what's so cool about it is that you see so many of the red rocks that St. George is so famous for, and it's contrasted against the lava fields. So beautiful. And if you ever watch our channel, you may have seen a video that I did with our business partner, Sue. She's been in the St. George region for over, 2 decades, not from here originally, but been here forever. And she actually thinks that Santa Clara is her favorite spot in all of the St. George region, just because of its old-time charm, just because of the greenery, just because of how cute and charming it is. It is such a beautiful little spot. I would have to agree with her that it's one of my favorite spots as well. And then what's cute about this area too is that you can get a lot of new construction. They are building a lot of new construction here. I'm gonna just go over to a little pocket to show you. It's right by the river. And then what's super cute about Santa Clara as well is you have this main street here. It is so cute. There's lots of little shops and restaurants and fruit stands. There's the Sand Hollow Aquatic Center. It's right on the border of Santa Clara and St. George City, and it has lots of activities, water aerobics, that kind of stuff. And then also, they just opened a new Harmon's in Santa Clara, a great store. You can do cooking classes there, and that's one cool thing about living in Santa Clara is that you're right close to a really cool new Harmon's.
And here we are entering the city of Ivins, which includes 2 very popular communities, Entrada and Kayenta.
So one of the things about Ivins is you are a little bit, out of the way. That's probably one of the reasons that people like it. You do feel like you have your space. In terms of grocery stores, right now, what most people do is they go to the Harmon's. It's a new Harmon's in Santa Clara, but then they also are opening a Digby's Market. They're working on it as we speak, or as I speak. They're constructing it right now, so that's just another option in terms of the shopping up here in Ivins. So here we are by Harmon's, and of course you've got a car wash and swig right here, because how could you be in St. George without having a car wash and a soda shop.
So yeah, so here we're in a typical, just development in Ivins, and what you'll see is that actually the vast majority of what I've noticed in Ivins itself is not like gated, right? So again, just kind of something to be aware of. A lot of these homes are just, again, your typical tract homes, that kind of thing. And then, but obviously there are certainly some developments in here that are gated. So again, if that's important for you, just go ahead and reach out to us and let us know. And then obviously within Ivins itself too, you have a lot of variation here. So you have obviously these developments that have happened where these are, again, these are like similar tract homes. And then otherwise, like there are also like one-off homes, like homes that were either older or newer that were just, just built for that area. Okay, so we just left Entrada. Honestly, one of my favorite communities in all of the St. George region. This area is just pretty amazing. This community, I mean, there's obviously several different sub-communities within Entrada, but what they have is the country club. They have this golf resort that actually has just been redone, and so it's really, again, very desirable. There's actually like a 3-year waiting list to even join the country club. To join the golf course membership of the country club. And not to say that you can't golf there beforehand, but just be aware that there is going to be a bit of a wait. And the homes, obviously we have a variety of different homes, but for instance, one of the areas within Entrada is called the Reserve, and this area, this gated community within Entrada, is absolutely beautiful. These homes are all pretty much single-story homes. There's a 15-foot height limitation on them, and they have, some of them have some amazing views of Snow Canyon State Park, where, I mean, honestly, absolutely breathtaking views. Honestly, what rivals even Kayenta.
And one thing that I think makes Entrada maybe perhaps a little bit more beautiful than Kayenta, in my humble opinion, is you do have much more contrasting of the lava rocks with the red rocks of Snow Canyon State Park. So it's so beautiful, so peaceful, and yeah, and how Sean was saying, the golf course totally revamped. They spent millions of dollars revamping it, just finished it, and it's been all over, the interwebs, the golf interwebs. That was weird. Anyone in the golf community has talked about the new golf course at Entrada, because St. George itself is known as, I think NBC Golf called St. George the premier golf community in the American Southwest, and Entrada is one of the very best golf courses in all of this entire region.
So the golf course here at Entrada, to actually have a golf membership, there is obviously it's optional, of course, and also as an owner in it, you're not automatically in. There are wait lists and everything like that. So again, depending on what you're looking for, because there's scores of golf courses in the whole St. George area. Obviously, some have a shorter waiting list than others. So if that's important for you, you got to reach out to us. We can kind of find out, what's available to you more immediately. Yeah, another thing that I like about Entrada a lot is that it feels like you're in a totally different area, right? And you are, but you're only about 10 minutes away from downtown, which is kind of incredible given how close you are to how you have this, again, totally different world experience as far as in Entrada itself. And then even within Entrada, within a few minutes, you still have all your creature comforts, your grocery stores, your schools, obviously the golf course and all the amenities as well. So it just really makes Entrada super unique that way. Okay, so now we're in Kayenta, and this area is absolutely beautiful. We already did a video about this earlier because honestly, this view is incredible, unbelievable. Like, again, you have to see it to believe how, like, this is actually on Earth, right? This is just like incredible views. The Red Mountain is just, again, I can't put enough superlatives as far as how amazing this view is. And if I talk about feels like you're totally different, the way they do the development here at Kayenta is like something I've never seen, where they really make a concerted effort to blend the homes into the landscape, where you have no idea that there's as many homes here as there are. It's kind of crazy. Where, and again, these are all single-story homes. So obviously, wide variety of ranges, wide variety of views as far as the Red Rock and all that stuff, or the Red Mountain, I should say. And yeah, again, this is a little bit farther down though. So like, let's say as opposed to Entrada, which is about, give or take, about 10 minutes or so from downtown St. George. And Kayenta is about 20 minutes or so, give or take. And as far as Kayenta goes, there are definitely a lot of restrictions here. I mean, they really make a concerted effort to preserve the natural landscape here. So yeah, again, and this is something that, obviously, if you want to get more details about it, you got to reach out to us so we can kind of go over all the various details. But having said that, again, there's certainly height limitations, single-story properties. You can, honestly, to an extent, like you can't even park your car like on the road, right? They really want to preserve this natural landscape, and even as far as even a percentage of your lot size, there's only a certain percentage of your lot size that can be developed for the property itself. The rest of it is to be, again, left more or less untouched.
And one of the things that I really love about Kayenta is when you drive in, you see the beautiful desert trees, and they're actually changing right now because it's fall right now, so you can see the pretty fall colors. And another thing that's unique about Kayenta is that there is a little arts village here, and they actually have art festivals here. So it's a really cool community. So breathtakingly beautiful. Honestly, video footage does not do it justice. You really have to come out here. If you are thinking about Kayenta, you've got to come out here and see it for yourself, because I can show you as much, video footage as I can, but it really just does not do it justice. I mean, I'm literally always going through the footage trying to find that shot that does it justice, but it doesn't. So you've got to come out. If you're thinking about it, you got to come out and see for yourself.
Yeah, another thing about Kayenta, this is actually kind of something that comes to mind, because some people reach out to us kind of looking for, let's say, gated communities. And in Ivins, you have a ton of communities that are gated, but certainly you have also communities that aren't. So Entrada, gated communities. In Kayenta, actually not. So this is actually not a gated community, so you can just kind of drive right through. And so it's just kind of something to be aware of. So again, if a gay community is important for you, or if it's not, that's why you got to reach out to us so we can find that right place for you.
And it is interesting as we are filming this video, because St. George is obviously known for its phenomenal weather, right? But it's very rainy today, very cloudy, and it's actually been a rather rainy and cloudy summer as well as we enter into fall, which is honestly not good for shooting video, but it's fantastic for the region. We need the water, and it's been great getting all this rain. And it's funny, as Sean and I are driving through Kayenta, it's funny because when you go through Entrada and Kayenta, because they're both, two of the most popular communities out here in Ivins, and then when you're in Kayenta, you're like, Kayenta's better than Entrada. And then when you're in Entrada, you're like, Entrada's better than Kayenta, because they're just both so beautiful. And so, I don't know, it's really to each his own, right? So we just passed by the Black Desert Resort. There's not really much to see there now. I did try to show a little bit of peek of the golf course, which isn't yet open yet to the public, and it's all still being built, but there are major plans for the Black Desert Resort in terms of lots of condo communities, a few single family homes, lots of shopping. I guess it's been in development for 20 years or something like that, a long time, and I think it's going to be opening in stages over the next couple of years, but it's a big project that a lot of people are talking about. And the golf course, again, if you are interested in golf, if you are moving out here to St. George because golf is a big activity that you love to do, Black Desert Resort, another big golf community here in this region. And we did just pass by the medical school. There is a medical school out here in Ivins, rather small, but it is just an example of how this entire region of St. George is growing. There's a lot of innovation here, and it's just changing in a lot of positive ways. So I hope you've enjoyed our big, long tour. And remember, we are licensed realtors here in the state of Utah. So don't forget to reach out to us if you have any questions, or if you just want to start planning your move here to this beautiful little section of this American Southwest in Utah.